Have you noticed the groups of large yellow plastic barrels placed at numerous locations along the highway? Highway engineers call these groups of barrels crash cushions. Their purpose is to safely stop or redirect out-of-control vehicles before they strike roadside hazards. When a vehicle hits the barrels, its energy is transferred to the sand, displacing the sand and safely stopping the vehicle. You may see other types of crash cushions along the highway. One of these consists of a group of foam cartridges enclosed by a series of guardrail panels. Upon impact, the foam compresses and the vehicle comes to a safe stop. Another type of crash cushion has a system of fiberglass panels enclosing a number of water-filled tubes. Upon impact, the water is forced out of the tubes and the collapsing system safely stops the vehicle. The success of crash cushions can be measured by the number of motorists who hit them and are able to drive away unharmed. Advances in highway safety technology are saving many lives and reducing the severity of injuries in motor vehicle accidents. About 45,000 Americans are killed and 3 million injured each year in motor vehicle accidents. Many accidents happen because drivers do not understand or fail to heed warning signs placed along the roadway. Highway and traffic engineers try to make the highways safer by installing warning signs with clear and simple messages. A new feature in highway signing is the use of symbols instead of word messages. A new symbol is the chevron sign, which is generally displayed in groups of 3 or more to warn of a sharp curve in the road. Drivers should view the chevron as an arrowhead pointing in the direction of the curve and exercise appropriate caution. If you understand and respond properly to highway warning signs, you should be able to anticipate unusual or potentially hazardous situations on the highway, and you will be a better informed and safer driver. About 45,000 Americans are killed each year in motor vehicle accidents. Many fatalities are the result of collisions with roadside obstacles. Highway engineers make roads safer by eliminating fixed objects along the highway. When this cannot be done, however, barriers are installed to redirect vehicles away from the hazards. One type of widely used barrier is the familiar steel beam guardrail. A relatively new barrier system is the concrete safety-shaped barrier, which is often used when it is desirable to physically separate vehicles traveling in opposite directions. It is also used in construction areas to protect workers and to separate motorists from construction hazards. New barriers are generally developed as a result of extensive research and crash testing. This is done to determine whether the new barrier design will safely redirect most vehicles without allowing them to crash through or over the barrier. Advances in highway safety technology are saving many lives and are reducing the severity of injuries in motor vehicle accidents. highway crossings produce the most severe motor vehicle accidents and kill about 600 and injure nearly 3,000 Americans each year. The devastating results of a train striking a car are much the same as a car running over an empty soda can. You may be surprised to learn that nearly 3/4 of all crossings are not equipped with the familiar flashing lights and gates which warn motorists a train is approaching. At crossings without lights and gates, drivers are only warned they are approaching a crossing. This warning system generally includes the round yellow warning sign placed in advance of the crossing, pavement markings on higher speed paved roads, and the railroad crossbuck sign placed where the tracks cross the highway. When approaching a crossing, you should slow down to determine whether a train is approaching and if there's a need to stop. You should be aware that trains often appear to be moving much slower than they actually are and require great distances to stop. Thus, you, the motor vehicle operator, have the primary responsibility for avoiding crossing accidents by responding properly to the warnings placed along the highway. Your life may depend on your actions. About 45,000 Americans die each year in traffic accidents. 1 of every 6 of these fatalities is a pedestrian. Special pedestrian signals are among the devices highway engineers install to regulate the flow of traffic at busy intersections. Each of the signals has a special meaning to control pedestrian movements. A walk message, or the symbol of a person walking, means you can begin to cross the street, but only after checking for oncoming vehicles. A flashing "don't walk" or a flashing symbol of a raised hand means you should not start to cross a street, but may complete a crossing if you have already started. A "don't walk" message or a symbol of a raised hand means you should not begin a crossing movement. Where a push-button device controls the signal, push the button and wait for the walk indication. This may not happen immediately. Be patient. Your command will activate the pedestrian signal during the next cycle of the traffic signal. If you understand and respond properly to special pedestrian signals, you should help ensure that you are not one of the more than 7,000 pedestrians killed each year in traffic accidents. Pavement markings are intended to provide some of the visual information drivers need to operate motor vehicles safely under a variety of conditions. Highway engineers have carefully designed and standardized markings so they appear and mean the same to all drivers on the roadways. For example, do you know the difference in the meaning of white and yellow pavement lines? White lines divide traffic going in the same direction, while yellow lines separate vehicles traveling in opposite directions. Solid yellow lines prohibit passing, while broken yellow lines permit passing with care. Solid and broken yellow lines together means passing is permitted with care, but only by traffic adjacent to the broken line. Double solid yellow lines prohibit passing in both directions and may be crossed with care only when making a left turn. On divided highways and ramps, the right edge of the pavement is marked with a solid white line, while the left edge is marked with a solid yellow line. Pavement markings convey a great deal of information, and if you understand their basic message, you will be a better informed and safer driver. Modern freeways are remarkable highway engineering achievements, which provide motorists unparalleled mobility and safety. While access to major streets at most highway intersections is generally controlled by signs or traffic signals, access to freeways is from ramps designed to allow vehicles to enter the flow of mainstream traffic without stopping. To merge safely with highway traffic, accelerate gradually to safe ramp speed, signal your intentions to other motorists, and search for a gap into which you can enter the freeway. Use the acceleration lane adjacent to the freeway lanes to reach mainstream speed. Look in your side and rear view mirrors and over your shoulder to check for other vehicles, especially those in the blind spot next to your car. Then merge quickly and smoothly with traffic in the freeway lanes. Don't create a hazardous situation by hesitating or stopping at the beginning of the acceleration lane. Also, don't attempt to merge at too slow a speed. Take advantage of the acceleration lane. Fully understanding the design and intended use of freeway ramps and acceleration lanes will help make you a better informed and safer driver. Do you realize about 45,000 Americans are killed each year in motor vehicle accidents? Almost 13,000 of these fatalities are the result of collisions with roadside obstacles such as utility poles, light poles, and sign supports. Even supports for small highway signs can cause serious damage in a crash, especially if smaller, lightweight cars are involved. Highway engineers are making roads safer by reducing the number of obstacles along the roadside. Many signs, however, must still be placed next to the highway, so sign supports have been developed which break away on impact and produce a much less severe accident than the older rigid signposts. Similar breakaway features are being used with light poles and are being tested for use with utility poles. These advances in highway safety technology are saving many lives and reducing the severity of injuries in motor vehicle accidents. 45,000 Americans are killed and 3 million injured each year in motor vehicle accidents. Many accidents happen because drivers do not understand or fail to heed warning signs placed along the roadway. Highway and traffic engineers try to make highways safer by installing warning signs with clear and simple messages. A new feature in highway signing is the use of symbols instead of word messages. A new symbol sign is the lane added sign, which is placed ahead of the point where two roadways join with no merging required. Where a ramp enters a freeway, this sign informs motorists a new lane is added as an extension of the ramp, and merging is unnecessary. If you understand and respond properly to highway warning signs, you should be able to anticipate unusual or potentially hazardous situations on the highway, and you will be a better informed and safer driver.